The air in SynexCorp's main hub was thick with a silence heavier than gravity. Imran arrived on his first day and immediately sensed the invisible wall dividing the station. Humans and Xylosians shared space, but not community. Everyone did their job, but no one looked happy. SynexCorp was meant to be a beacon of interspecies cooperation, but instead, tension filled every room. In the mess hall, silence between species was a loud declaration of division. Imran's job was to heal this deep wound. His first task, to observe and listen. The path forward would be found in shared silences and the courage to finally speak the truth. Imran's team set up a small, quiet room, far from the noise of the main hub. They called it the listening post. They invited everyone, human and Xylosian, to come and speak. The first few days were slow.
But then, a young Xylosian named Kalen entered. Kalen spoke in soft, hesitant clicks, translated by a patient device. They spoke of feeling invisible. "We are seen as tools," Kalen clicked. "Not as partners. Our customs are ignored. The lighting is too bright for our eyes. The sounds of human music are painful to our senses. We have mentioned this, but we are told it is inefficient to change." These were not complaints about work. They were pleas for basic comfort and respect.
Soon after, human workers began to arrive. A veteran engineer named Maria sat down, her hands trembling slightly. "We don't understand them," she confessed, her voice low. "They keep to themselves. They don't join us for meals or celebrations. We try to be friendly, but it feels like they don't want us here. We hear their clicks and whispers, and we worry they are talking about us, planning something. We feel like strangers in our own station. We are afraid of making a mistake, of causing offense without knowing why. The silence is unnerving, and it makes it hard to trust them with critical systems."
Imran and his team listened to every story. They heard the Xylosians' frustration with the cold, sterile environment that ignored their biological needs. They felt the humans' fear and isolation, their feeling of being unwelcome. Both sides felt ignored. Both sides felt disrespected. Both sides were afraid. The problem was not a lack of shared goals for the company, but a lack of shared understanding for each other. The company's structure was built on human norms, and the Xylosians were expected to simply adapt without complaint. The humans, in turn, interpreted the Xylosians' silent discomfort as hostility. To help people process these feelings, Imran introduced reflection cards. These were simple, smooth discs that displayed a single word: fear, respect, loneliness, hope. He asked everyone to choose a card that represented their feelings before they spoke. This small act helped people name their emotions. It turned a vague sense of unhappiness into something concrete and understandable. For the first time, people were not just talking about work issues. They were talking about their hearts. They were showing their vulnerability. And in doing so, they were taking the first fragile step toward bridging the divide. One morning, disaster struck. A critical plasma conduit panel was found shattered. Alarms blared, and accusations of sabotage erupted between humans and Xylosians. Trust evaporated, replaced by fear and blame. Imran gathered everyone, letting emotions surface. He held up two cards, fear and trust. Then he asked, "What do you need to feel safe, to feel respected?" For the first time, they listened, and a crack of hope appeared. The crisis became a turning point. Humans and Xylosians finally listened to each other, sharing their fears and hopes. Imran led workshops, not about policy, but about building a shared home. Together, they created a covenant, a promise to respect and support one another. Small acts of kindness followed: adjustable lighting, quiet zones, shared meals. When a mistake was made, the community responded with understanding, not blame. Trust grew, and the station became the home it was meant to be. They had built a bridge, not just between workers, but between worlds.